Kopi Bosian, hi, I'm Dr. Pamela. Let's talk Sabah, or in this case, Malaysia as a whole. Now, we all know the current political hoo-ha that is happening at this moment. Yes, I am as fed up and disappointed as all of you out there. But I am equally concerned at the increasing politics of emotion being played out by certain quarters. There are a lot of finger pointing and accusations getting thrown around, and reckless provocative whispers of anarchy and going down to the streets to protest. While I believe in the freedom of expression and the people's power, I also believe that this power should not be wielded blindly, without thought and care. Just look at Hong Kong. Yes, we have a new Prime Minister, PM8, and yes, he is not everyone's choice. Some said this had robbed them of their democratic rights as they had not voted for him. That's true, but technically you could not have voted for him unless you are a registered voter residing in Pago. To be democratically elected does not mean he or she must be voted by everyone, but rather by the majority. In fact, our Prime Minister is selected not directly by you, the rakyat, but rather indirectly by you through the declaration of support by your wakil rakyat. Yes, by your representatives, members of parliament that you voted in to represent you in parliament. So, based on the laws of our land, out of these 222 members of parliament voted in by you and me, the one that commands the majority support will then be sworn in as the Prime Minister, who will then put together his team of ministers, aka the Cabinet, to form the Government of Malaysia. During GE14, PM8 was a Bersatu candidate contesting the Pago P143 parliamentary seat. As the majority of Pago voted for him, he naturally won the election and became the Member of Parliament for the people of Pago. He is their chosen wakil rakyat. He represents their voice. Similarly, all of you have a representative that you voted for in the last election, and that same wakil rakyat will represent and speak on your behalf in Parliament. So, who was that wakil rakyat that you voted for? Did they know who you want as your Prime Minister? And did they or did they not declare support on your behalf for the Prime Minister of your choice? So then, where did the support for this new Pago PM8 come from? Indeed, most of us in the last election voted for the idea that PM7 will govern for 2 years, and would that give way to the Prime Minister in waiting? But a premiership simply is not a baton that can be passed on from one person to another. On the day PM7 steps down, the incoming PM8 must still demonstrate that he has the majority support of your wakil rakyat. Now, may I ask, did your wakil rakyat support the Prime Minister in waiting? If they had represented what you wanted, why is the sworn-in PM8 not your Prime Minister of choice? I believe this question needs to be directed to the representative that you voted for in the last election. Dissolve Parliament, snap election. Yes, that would be the best way forward. I could not agree more. However, the rule of law does not allow just anyone to dissolve Parliament at the snap of their fingers. There still needs to be a majority consensus by the members of Parliament. Your wakil rakyat must accede and support for Parliament to be dissolved. Chronology of events showed that on 25th February 2020, members of Parliament of the Barisan Nasional, PAS and PBRS unanimously called for Parliament to be dissolved to pave the way for fresh elections to reaffirm a new mandate from the people. Then, let me ask, if the fallen Pakatan Harapan government is crying foul that democracy is dead, Why did they not support for Parliament to be dissolved and make way for fresh elections? Why did the likes of DAP, PKR and Amanah members of Parliament not push as one voice with the others to dissolve Parliament? So, I implore and plead with everyone to keep calm. Enough of the backdoor front door rhetoric and ask ourselves these questions. Who did I vote for to be my member of Parliament, to be my representative, to be my voice? And in the past few weeks of this political mess, had they stood for my wishes and supported for the Prime Minister I wanted? Did they protect my democratic rights to pass the mandate back to me by supporting the dissolution of Parliament so fresh elections can be carried out? If not, why not? Please do ask your Member of Parliament what they did with your mandate. Bah, setakat sini sajalah hari ini. Buat sementara kita kupi-kupi dulu. Let's talk Sabah real soon. Boleh bah kalau kau?